Attraction doesn't collapse when a woman stops liking you. It collapses while she still likes you. Most men assume things are fine because she's still present, still laughing, still replying. But subconsciously, her brain may already be flagging you as less attractive without her even realizing it. A woman can still like you, still laugh at your jokes, still enjoy your presence, and yet something in her mind has already started pulling away. Not emotionally, subconsciously. And the worst part? You won't notice it until it's too late. Because these signals are not loud, they are almost invisible. So the real question is this: what are the subtle psychological red flags that make a woman's attraction weaken, even when she still wants to like you? In this video, you're going to understand 4 deeply rooted psychological triggers that influence female perception of attraction at a subconscious level.
Curious. These are not myths or internet opinions. They are patterns drawn from behavioral psychology, attachment theory, and social dynamics research. The kind of things people don't usually explain in dating advice. And once you understand them, something changes. You stop guessing why attraction fades. You start seeing the real mechanics behind it. By the end of this video, you'll recognize the silent signals that either strengthen or weaken your presence in a woman's mind, before words or actions even matter. Let's go into it. Imagine a normal situation. She teases you a little, disagrees with something you say, or delays replying. Nothing serious. But instead of staying calm, you react too quickly. You over-explain. You get slightly defensive. Or you try too hard to fix the moment. From the outside, it looks harmless. But psychologically, something important just happened. In attachment psychology, emotional stability is one of the strongest markers of perceived safety. When a man shifts emotionally too easily, the brain registers him as unpredictable under stress. And unpredictability lowers attraction at a subconscious level. It's not about being emotionless. It's about emotional regulation, the ability to stay centered when the interaction isn't perfectly smooth. Practical shift? Pause before reacting. Let silence exist without filling it. Respond, don't react. Because in attraction psychology, calmness under pressure is read as strength, and this leads directly into something even more subtle. There's a moment many men don't notice. She says something small. You immediately agree too strongly. You compliment something she didn't even ask about. You try to keep the conversation positive at all costs. It feels polite. It feels like interest. But psychologically, it signals something else entirely. It signals need for approval. In behavioral psychology, over-validation reduces perceived value because it shifts the emotional balance. Instead of being an equal interaction, it becomes one-sided emotional chasing. And here's the subtle part. She may still enjoy talking to you. But internally, attraction weakens because there's no tension, no polarity, no emotional contrast. The fix is not to become cold. It's to become selective with your validation. Only give approval where it is naturally earned, not automatically given. Because attraction is not built on constant agreement. It's built on emotional balance. Now let's go deeper into something most men completely miss. At first, being consistent sounds like a good thing. And it is. To a point. But imagine this scenario. Every conversation feels the same. Your responses are predictable. Your emotional tone never shifts. Your opinions are always safe. At first, this creates comfort. But over time, comfort without curiosity becomes emotional stagnation. In psychology, novelty plays a huge role in sustaining interest. The brain is wired to pay attention to what is slightly unpredictable, slightly layered, slightly mysterious. When everything about you is already figured out, the emotional system stops exploring you. And when exploration stops, attraction slowly declines. This doesn't mean you should act random or fake. It means you should allow depth, complexity, and occasional unpredictability in your personality expression. Sometimes calm, sometimes intense, sometimes playful, sometimes serious. Because identity that feels too fully known too early becomes emotionally flat. And this connects directly to the next subtle trigger. Let's look at a situation many men experience. The conversation is going well. The connection is there. But at some point, she starts leading everything. She decides the direction, the tone, the pace. And without realizing it, you shift into a reactive role. This is not about control or dominance. It's about directional presence. In social psychology, people are naturally drawn to individuals who subtly guide interaction, not forcefully, but clearly. When that direction is missing, the brain subconsciously interprets it as uncertainty, and uncertainty reduces emotional security. So what happens? She may still like you, but attraction stabilizes instead of growing. It stops building momentum. The correction is simple but powerful. Take initiative in small ways. Suggest direction. Lead transitions. Make decisions without overchecking for approval, because attraction thrives in subtle leadership, not passive participation. Now, before we continue, there's something important you need to see clearly. Here's a question most men never ask themselves. If she still likes you, why does attraction still fade? Think about that. It's because liking someone and being drawn to them are not the same system in the brain. One is comfort-based, the other is tension-based.
And when comfort grows without tension, attraction quietly declines. That's the part nobody talks about. Now let's go deeper into what this all really means. What you've just seen are not tricks, they're psychological patterns, and they all point to one truth. Attraction is not built by doing more, it's built by managing perception. Every interaction either increases emotional tension or dissolves it, either strengthens presence or weakens it, and most men unintentionally choose the second path without realizing it. But understanding this changes everything, because once you see the pattern, you stop overreacting to surface-level behavior. You start reading deeper signals. You start controlling your internal state instead of chasing external validation, and that is where real change begins. Here's the deeper truth behind all of this. Most attraction problems are not about looks, money, or even confidence. They are about emotional transmission.
What people feel around you is more powerful than what you say to them. A woman doesn't lose attraction because of one mistake. She loses it because of repeated micro-signals that change how safe, how interesting, and how grounded you feel to her nervous system. And the hardest part to accept is this. You don't usually notice when it happens, because from your side, everything still feels normal. But attraction doesn't operate on conscious logic. It operates on emotional accumulation, small signals, repeated over time. The good news is, once you understand this, you stop blaming random situations. You start refining your presence, not to become someone else, but to remove the behaviors that quietly dilute your impact. That's where real self-respect in dating begins. If this resonated with you, don't just scroll past it. Think about which of these patterns you've been unintentionally repeating. Because awareness without reflection doesn't change anything. And I'm curious, which one of these 4 surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. I read them. And in the next video, we're going to go into something even more intense. The subtle behaviors that make women emotionally attach faster than they expect, even when they try not to. Because attraction isn't random, it's readable. And once you see it clearly, you don't go back to guessing. You observe.